Hello everybody. Today's video is a little different than what I usually do. I've had some requests for videos to be made about giving advice on how to become a pro house cleaner. I just want to start off by saying that if you want to become a pro house cleaner, you have to have a lot of thick skin. House cleaners aren't really thought of in the best light. For some reason, people think that they are less of a person. Moms are house cleaners all the time, and we think of our mothers in the best light. So I'm not sure why we think house cleaners that do it for a living are these wretched people. But unfortunately, that's the kind of treatment that I have received at times. I have to point out something that happened today, actually. I went to get my tires changed, and this man was just really adamant about it being better than everybody. He had 3 university degrees. This fancy equation puzzle that he had that I wasn't paying attention to in the least bit, that I probably wouldn't know how to do it because I was a house cleaner. And I just thought, how rude, you don't know me. I hold my position very high. I've raised a family. I've made a decent wage. I've done the best of my ability. I've been a house cleaner all my life. Some people are meant to be house cleaners. You might be meant to be a house cleaner. We cannot all be brain surgeons or mean-spirited men like the one that I saw today. So we all have our job in life, and I mean, some people are musicians. I feel I am an artist. When I do house cleaning, I'm making a house beautiful. That's what I want somebody to enjoy the beauty of a really nice home. I want a good house cleaner that wants that for me. If I could find her, I would hire her because my house is a mess right now. That's another thing. If you're gonna be a house cleaner, be prepared to do nothing but house cleaning, because you get home and you have to house clean more. It's not a glamorous job. It really isn't. There's a lot of parts that are tough about it. After being a house cleaner for several years, I did schooling, and I went off in different directions. I tried different things. I did marketing. I did a little bit of graphic design. I did sales. I did all kinds of things, thinking they would be better professions. But I worked long hours. I had a lot of stress. I never got to make it to the events that my children were doing and family things. So I went back to house cleaning. It can be a very, decently paying job. But, there are expenses that go along with being a pro house cleaner. Always take those into consideration when you're charging your hourly rate. Your hourly rate should depend on your experience too. I have 30 plus years of experience. I've been doing this for a long time, and I've tried so many different methods that honestly I really do feel that I've got a system. It works, and I really take pride in what I do. I want to make sure the house is the best possible. I want to make sure that my clients are happy and that I keep a nice squeaky clean reputation where people can never complain about my work. When people say, can you just do a quick job, don't worry about the corners and stuff, I say, no, I'm sorry, I can't, because I don't know how to do a bad job. Because that means my reputation. If I did cut corners, then somebody might come over and say, oh, Debbie cleaned your house, really? It doesn't look that clean. That's not good. You want a really good reputation. So you have to make sure that you always do a good job. You can choose your clients just as much as they can choose you too, and I think that's really important. You need to get clients that you feel comfortable with. Perhaps you love working for seniors more, or perhaps you like working for professionals more, or families. For me, myself, I find that some of the family homes are a lot more work just because of the number of people. I really love working for seniors. I absolutely adore it. One of the things you have to keep in mind, though, is that sometimes when you have a lot of seniors, you may go through periods where you lose a lot of very dear people to you, because a lot of clients become like family. I've had some clients for very many years. One of my clients, she's been there since the beginning of time, so about 34 years, I do believe. Yeah, that's, you know, a better part of my life. There are clutter bugs. There are people with lots and lots of stuff, and it's everywhere. I actually did one of those houses today, and it was like, oh, it was backbreaking. There's lots of things to go around. It's a lot more work. I don't usually do any jobs that are less than 3 hours. 2-hour jobs mean that you have to do too many jobs in one day, and it just means that people are usually undercutting how much work it really is, because even a small home or an apartment is going to take at least 3 hours if you're going to do a really good job. A bathroom can take an hour. It depends how much tile, how much shiny stuff, how much glass, all of that. I mean, that all has to be done. Kitchens can take an hour and a half, depending. A vacuuming can take another hour. So you have to take into consideration all of these things. You got bedrooms are the least amount of time. You don't need a lot in order to get going supplies wise. I guess you need transportation, mop, a bucket, cleaners, you need cloths, all of the things that you'll see throughout my cleaning videos. You'll see what I use on a regular basis. It's very simple, very basic. Do not buy 100 cleaners. Just get the very simple basics, because if you get the right things, which I use in my videos, then you won't be spending a ton of money, and it will be environmentally friendly, which you can also use to market yourself by saying that you're using environmentally friendly cleaners. Not all cleaners are created equal, and some of them are not going to be necessarily good for you. And so take and invest into yourself and into your cleaning business by having the proper cleaning solutions, Castile soap, things that are not going to harm you, things that aren't going to harm your clients. It's a win-win situation. Your health is worth everything. Using the improper cleaners and stuff when I first started off, I wish I could go back. I really do. If you can reduce the hazards, reduce it by, you're sucking back a lot of dust, then don't suck back a bunch of chemicals too. Use environmentally friendly. I can't tell you enough how important it is, and I'll put links down below so you can check out some of the other videos. Really, there are only a few basics that you really need, and it will really do a terrific job too. Your clients will be really happy with the nice, wholesome, fresh smells that are in the house. It really is a lot more pleasant to work with too. And you generally will find the right market where you can charge a little bit more than you would if you were just using some sort of nasty, stinky cleaner. When you charge a rate, always be fair. If you take a break, take that off of your amount. With first-time clients, always ask them on the first time if there's anything that they prefer that you don't touch. Everybody has special stuff, and I really like to know what the special stuff is, because then I can take really extra care, or if they don't want it to be touched, then I know not to go near it. It might be a piece of artwork, it could be a figurine, it could be anything. Be sure to just ask your client, and that's a great way to avoid any mishaps with really super special stuff. Rome wasn't built in a day if it's a large job. If it's somebody that hasn't had a house cleaner in a long time, you might suggest that you do a couple of sessions in order to get caught up on things. You can just go on maintaining after that. So it may take more hours the first time. You can discuss that with your client, and if it's something that's overwhelming and you know that you're never going to get the time needed in order to be able to do that job, remember to consider that it may not be a great fit. Always allow yourself enough hours to do a job properly. Move outs and those sort of things, those are not my favorite kind of jobs. Those you never get paid enough for. Never. Nobody ever gives you enough hours for them. I stay away from them. If you're going to do them, really go high. Go twice what you think, because that's usually what happens is you find muck that you didn't expect. It almost always happens. If you don't have any clients and you don't know how to get started, what I would suggest to do is maybe go to your local community center, ask if there's anybody in need, and see if you can do it for either a reduced rate, or perhaps you could do a free cleaning for somebody, a senior or somebody disabled. That's a really great way to start off. If you do something free for somebody in need, you know, it's karma. It's good karma. It's going to come back to you, and that could very well start you off in the very right direction. So that's what I would highly recommend is, you know, start off small, offer to clean for some people, ask for letters of recommendation, word of mouth will start, and then before you know it, it's going to get around, and you're going to end up getting some really great jobs out of the good deed that you've done. My clients have come to me word of mouth. It's really, really great if you can get word of mouth going, because then you don't have to do any advertising, which you save money on, and you also get the kind of clients usually that you're looking for because somebody has recommended them. I have been, you know, approached by lots of people saying, well, you know, could you hire me? And, you know, I don't feel comfortable with hiring anybody or having any staff, because I know the job that I do, but I don't know what kind of job other people will do. When I'm allowed to be in somebody's home, I take that very seriously. This is all of their personal belongings. This is their entire lives in their home. So integrity is a huge part of house cleaning. You need to have a very honest nature. I feel more comfortable just working for myself, by myself. I never have any arguments that way. So I think that a good house cleaner will take pride in what they do and be honest, dependable, will care. Everybody is a house cleaner. Everybody has a house cleaner in them, because everybody has to clean up after themselves at some point in time in their lives. If you decide to be a pro house cleaner, then go in wanting to make somebody else's world really beautiful. Do your best. And if you do that, if you have that intention, and if you go in wanting to improve their home, then you're going to be really successful. Take your time when you're doing your work to be, you know, really cautious and conscientious. If you're worried about things that are fragile, or you don't know how to clean something, then do the research. I've got lots of videos on how to clean things, and I'll be doing a ton more. I really will. Rome wasn't built in a day. I can't teach you how to be a pro house cleaner in a day. It takes time. It takes research. I didn't learn everything all at once, and you won't either. But just take it step by step. Make sure that if you don't know how to clean something and you're worried about it, then trust your instincts and just don't do it, or do it in the very mildest fashion that you possibly can. And that way you're not taking any unnecessary risks. If you use the cleaners that I use in my cleaning videos, they're very mild and very, very useful on so many different things. I hope that your experience as a house cleaner is really great. I met so many wonderful, wonderful clients, and it's been very rewarding. I've had one client that told me that, you know, he probably wouldn't be able to live at home anymore if it weren't for me helping him. A professional house cleaner is an important person. I take pride in being a house cleaner. I don't care what anybody thinks, because I'm a hard worker. If you want to be a house cleaner, you should take pride in it too. For those guys at the tire station that end up saying something mean and nasty, just tell them you're rude. Have a nice day. I know you can't clean mean. That's one thing you can't clean. You can't clean mean. I wish we could. Tell me all about how your experience goes. You know, and when you have troubles, just come and leave a comment in one of my videos, and I'll try to help you the best I can. I'll make more videos. And my respect to anybody who does house cleaning. Moms, dads, everybody. Everybody's a house cleaner. Some people just decide to do it for a living. I also want to kind of do a little shout out to Perla and also to Donna. I hope this helps you, ladies. I know you're hard workers. My respect. Enjoy your day. Please subscribe, click the notifications, and we'll see you next time. You're awesome. You need cloths. Did I say that already? I think I did. What the heck am I saying? Because they're not all as easy on you as okay. Oh God. And I think that's it because it's really late and I'm tired. Oh.